How are we gonna start? Hey, hi.
We just had to break the ice.
Hi guys, I'm Makayla.
And it's Aaron.
And this is the first episode of Homo Hetero.
Homo Hetero.
Aaron's the homo, if you couldn't tell.
Purr.
I'm the hetero.
We decided to name today Mile High Club because Makayla, being a weird film person, she was like, oh my god, it's a pilot, so it should be something pilot. And I said Mile High Club because, you know,
Correct.
The stories are kind of... They're definitely not there, guys. We're both virgins.
Let's break the ice. We're both virgins.
Very much so. Many people think that I'm a whore, that I'm a slut. I like to be fucked like a slut. And I do. But in my dreams.
When Aaron likes to hump his pillow in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways, we're planning, hopefully, to upload every other Friday and just to talk about our horror stories. We just think we're like the two funniest people in the world, and we might as well get paid for being funny. So, today's episode is about boys that we both liked at the same time. Do we start with Mr. Blazer? He doesn't deserve to be first.
Well, I mean, he's like not really much.
He's kind of like a cute little moment.
Yeah, he was definitely like a trial period.
So basically, Aaron like officially came out in like middle school, right?
Sure.
Like that's a good. And this was his 7th grade crush.
Yeah. Oh my god, everyone's gonna
Wait,
know.
but then why didn't we invite him to your 8th grade? Or why did we invite him to your 8th grade thing?
What 8th grade thing?
I thought that was when your birthday was 8th grade.
It was 7th grade.
Shut the fuck up, because I was wearing a beanie and I think that beanies were like not in until 8th grade.
Well, that was like your style back then, like being out of trend.
So basically, Aaron liked Mr. Blazer, 7th grade.
Yeah.
They were it was cute. How would you describe it?
I like the beat.
Oh my. Okay, so basically, Aaron had a crush on Mr. Blazer, and me and one of our other friends decided that we would invite him to Aaron's like birthday extravaganza at Sky Zone.
It was a whole moment. Like I remember, like they planned the whole day. So yeah, we went to Sky Zone, then we went to go eat somewhere.
We went to Farrell's.
So I mean, basically, the reason why this story isn't this episode is because I don't even think Makayla really knew, but like yeah, we were like I just remember being in the car, and then like Mr. Blazer was like all looking at her and shit, and.
Bitch, what do you mean? Because in the beginning you were like, I like to be fucked like a slut. Like you have to cuss.
But anyways, like he like looked at her, and I remember like he put like a strand of hair behind Makayla's ear, and then I was like, oh, but then Makayla giggled and loved it. So then she was a hoe. So then that ruined my whole, like that was my birthday.
Sorry guys, I was 12. But to fast forward, basically he had like a crush on me senior year, just because of like this play, literally. But he was being shut the fuck up. He was being so this one time our other friend like walked into the guys' dressing room and was changing because we had a show or something like that for choir. And he was talking shit about me and Aaron and our entire friend group.
Mr. Blazer?
Yeah. He was like, they're not. Oh my gosh, guys. This is like cringy. Like the Glee writers are shaking that they didn't include this in the script. He was like, they're not like real choir kids. Like they will never be choir kids.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. And then I was like, what? Like, what like era or like what universe did this kid grow up in? And so that like was so...
I'm like, what a slushie to the face.
It was so disgusting. And that's basically what happened. And then he wanted to like, oh my gosh, this is so bad. It's literally so specific. But basically he wanted to sing at graduation, and me and my other friend, we beat him to it. And then me and Aaron...
Tell them about the kiss.
Oh my gosh,
oh my gosh.
No, I did not kiss Mr. Blazer, but on stage, we have to like have like a stage kiss, and he got all up in my face, and it was like sweaty and smelly. Ooh. And he was breathing like into my face.
Same.
But we didn't kiss. But we did tell people we kissed because, like why not? Yeah. Major attention whore. I hate who I was in high school, okay? Like, but I will admit. Shut the fuck up. I'm such a better person than I was in high school. But was there anything else to add to it?
Not really.
Not really. He doesn't like either of us now.
Yeah, well, I did come for him. So.
No, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say that at the end of the year, like, you go in a circle and you say goodbye to all the seniors, and we were saying bye to him.
Yeah.
And then me and Aaron decided to use that time to roast him, and so we were.
Everyone roasted him.
Yeah, but Aaron started it. Aaron started the roast circle. He brought in the 7 deadly sins.
Oh yeah.
and he referred to how.
That whole speech.
He referred to how Mr. Blazer related to each deadly sin. Like, Aaron was very thorough.
That was crazy. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Damn.
Back in the day when we were brave. Now we don't even talk to anyone.
Which is good because that goes into our next person. Because on our next person, I also did a senior goodbye for him. And that one was emotional and it was sexy. And he said, like,
ew.
And then after he, like, came up to me, he was like, thank you so much. And I was like, stop.
Oh my god. Well, okay, our next one.
The next one's juicy.
We're gonna call him Preston or Daddy P.
So this guy, yeah, freshman year was a year. I just remember, so basically I wasn't in choir at first, and then I got recruited because they needed me. They needed a baddie, a talented baddie, so I came to the rescue. But a bitch couldn't sing. I mean, like, now I still can't, I'm not amazing, like, I'm not Ari, okay? But I'm definitely Billy, okay? Okay, well, I'm not, like, horrible. But, yeah, that year I was. I didn't even know, like, what singing was. I didn't know, like, how to, whatever. I didn't know how to shit. So, basically, Daddy P. Oh, my God, it's so specific. Like, I'm like, we're so brave. We're so brave.
Like, you guys are going to give us a medal for this episode. Like, we deserve the Emmy for this
And they're going to think I'm psycho because no one ever believed this story.
Aaron, we could get a Grammy for a podcast.
Bitch, we're going to get a Nobel Peace Prize. We're gonna cure COVID. But so basically, I don't know. I don't want to get like too, because the story's long. But I mean, the main thing that happened basically was I just remember this guy was really mean to me, and he told me that I couldn't sing. So he basically told me not to sing, and he told me to shut up and just don't sing. So I did it, and then eventually people found out that he said that, and then like they made a big deal about it, and they were like, why would you do that? So then he ended up like being nice and like a kiss ass. So I just remember him like being weird, and I'm a bitch, so like I'm not gonna deal with shit like that, and I'll literally will ignore you. So I remember like he told me, he's like, if you learn like one page of this song, I'll take you out like on a date to In-N-Out. And then I remember I was like, bitch, I know I did not hear that right. Because I was like, bitch, where are you taking me? Like the dumpster at In-N-Out? Or like, where are you taking me? I remember I literally said that. I literally said, where are you taking me? The dumpster at In-N-Out?
I'm like, also both Mr. Blazer and Daddy P are very quote unquote religious. And so
yeah, it
would make
in public. Mm-hmm. But behind closed doors, Daddy P, he's like actually really funny, like behind the scenes. Like he's just funny. Let's just say his humor is like not religious humor. That's what I'll say.
Okay.
Like he has said some like crazy things to me where I'm like, did you just really say that, bitch? Like I remember I was like, what the fuck? Like I guess I'm Christian too, girl.
Yes.
But yeah, so basically that happened where he said he was gonna take me on a date, and bitch, I learned that fucking page of music in 30 seconds. So I told Mr. Shit, can we call him? Yeah, I told Mr. Stitt, baby, play that first page. Not Mr. Stitt. Let's add him to the list, baby.
Stop! I forgot about him.
The one thing that I liked about Mr. Stitt was that he did support us. Like, he literally came to anything and everything. If choir was having a car wash at Carl's Jr., he was fucking there. He would be there. For sure.
Not Mr. Stitt.
He was everywhere. Any choir comp, any choir concert, any choir fest. Bitch was there.
We're recording our podcast. Yeah. Do you want to say hi?
Yeah, sure.
Hey guys, so this is Makayla's sister.
Wait.
This is Big Titty J.
Hey. Yes.
Do you like that voice, boys? Basically, anyways.
You were on...
He asked me on the date, right? But then, obviously, you know me, bitch. I'm a big mouth. I'm gonna tell everyone. So I told everyone before I came and go on the damn date, and then he found out that I told people. And then basically he told everyone that I was lying and that I was crazy. So basically, I mean, to keep the story short, it was just like, you know, a little like fun game. Like we did like flirt and stuff like that, but he would tell other people that I was crazy and that I was making it up. And then, you know, but I mean, he had a car and he would get me food, so maybe we were gonna use it. We were gonna go with it. We were gonna do it.
That's where I jump in to tell you. Me and Aaron were in a theater show together. Well, basically, he was in it with us, and me and Aaron's skits. Well, basically, our theater teacher, she was going through the ringer. She was going through the shit.
I don't know what that white ass phrase means, but whatever that means.
Like, she was going through it because she gave us the worst show, like the show that she didn't have to like work with us on at all.
And you know what? I love my troupe. Okay.
Our thespian troupe.
If you ever listen to this, I love you. Okay, you guided me through my high school.
Yeah, but she was going through the trials and tribulations, and she gave us the worst show so that each of us were in the show for like 2 minutes, but we each had like our own little skit, and it was about like teenage life and social media. And me and Aaron's skits were the last skits, and so we bowed together. But Daddy P was in Aaron's skit, and I remember that Daddy P was being super like persistent on standing next to me, but that could have been in my head. That could have literally been in my head. Shut the
I remember him
fuck
wanting
up.
to be next to me, but
No, because you got mad at me. That's when it started.
oh, I don't know. I was on Xannies out here, so my memory my memory's kind of whack on those.
Not the 15-year-old.
Ew, you guys are so weird. I would never do that.
Okay,
I was friends
anyways.
with all the seniors.
So,
like, that was my
so that was like my story with Daddy P. Like literally, me and Daddy P, like we only interacted through theater and like towards the end. That was literally it. But I developed a crush on him because I thought he was really cute. And then one of our friends just got involved. One of our old friends got involved in like the whole story and like messed shit up. And then that's why we stopped being friends because of Daddy P. No, but then me and Aaron, we like realized it was kind of really stupid.
I told Daddy P I was trying to become a Christian so that I would forgive her. So I did.
He also just went to church with Daddy P so that he could just be near him.
I went to Bible study just to hang out with him.
So then me and Aaron, like a couple months later, like everything cooled down and we were like, it's so stupid. And then we became friends again. And then this introduces us to like 2 years later. Yeah. Well, Aaron's story with our next person begins sophomore year, which is a year after this.
Yeah. And this is Jericho / Weinstein Jr. It always starts with them hating me at first. Because the internalized homophobia.
Yes.
He also had a girlfriend.
Let's speak on it.
So.
Yes, he had a girlfriend.
He had.
It began because he was super rude to Aaron. But he had a girlfriend who was our mutual friend. And she was like, you have to be nice to Aaron. Mm-hmm. That's how it began. Yeah. It was like little things here and there, but then it really heightened in our theater show. Oh, girl. I'm like, girl, shut the fuck up. I love how all of our stories are based around quiet theater.
Are we the real losers? That's the question.
We were cooler than this, I swear. But basically, we were all in a theater show together, the three of us. And I mean, I don't want to say like the characters.
No.
Because that's getting specific.
We can just say we're swings.
So basically, Weinstein Jr. and Aaron were each other's swings in the play. Mm-hmm. And that's when they had to get close. Like, they had to, like, learn lines together. Mm-hmm. They had to learn songs together. They were, like, always near each other. So they began going on, like, adventures together. And then it escalated to, like...
The devil's lettuce.
To the devil's lettuce. Just to, like, little flirtations.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I remember I was, like, sitting on his bed. You know, the little awkward sit down. And I was just sitting on his bed. And then, he was just like, oh, I'm gonna change. And then I was like, okay. And I thought he was going to go to the restroom. And he started like, closing the door. And he locked it. And then he was like, yeah, just don't look. And then I was like, okay. And he's like, never mind. You can look if you want. But I didn't. I got scared.
It's okay.
It's okay. The trauma. I'm just kidding. I'm just such an innocent angel.
Yes. Well, he still had a girlfriend at this time. And so...
No, he didn't. They were broken up when him and I...
Oh, okay. Well, they're broken up, but then they get back together the next year.
This was when...
Yes, they get back together.
This was when Weinstein Jr. had something with Special K.
Oh my gosh, that was really good.
Yeah.
So basically, Weinstein Jr. and Special K have their little flame, blah, blah, blah. Weinstein Jr. gets back with his girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. It's prom season.
Ooh.
And Weinstein Jr. wants to initially ask this one girl to prom. And then...
Dying deathly in disaster.
Oh, that's so mean. But he wants to ask Triple D to prom, and then his ex-girlfriend was like, no. Like, she went up to her and she was like, you better not, like, fucking go with him. Like, I swear to fucking God. And then everyone was like, oh my God, like, she's scary. And then 2 days before prom, Weinstein Jr. asked to hang out with me. And so me and, like, him and a couple other friends, we just, like, go out to get ice cream. The next day, Aaron can kind of explain the story because I wasn't aware of the story until after it happened. But it starts off with Aaron seeing that someone is making a prom poster, which is obviously for me because it says like something about being a ginger or something.
I got this, me and Makayla were both in ASB, so like we would always have like school shit to do. So I got there super early because I had to basically set up for whatever, the prom rally. So I just remember going to the ASB office and I remember I saw like this big ass poster. So then I was like, who's that for? Because you know me, nosy. So I go look and then it said something about like ginger, some shit, like something where I knew it was Makayla because obviously I'm close to Makayla, so like anything that's gonna pertain to her, I know about.
Were you guys friends at this time?
Yeah,
Yes.
We were totally chill. Like there's nothing happening. I just remember like I asked like if it was for Makayla and then they're like, yeah, it is, and she's gonna get asked like today or after school today, and then I was like, oh, like does she know that? And then the person was like, yeah, I think like she already planned it with the person, with Daddy J. Or shit.
Not Daddy.
Jericho. So yeah, so I just remember like I like dismissed it. I was just like, oh, like that's kind of weird because I feel like she would have told me something because you know like me and Makayla tell everything to each other. So then that's why I thought it was shady. So I went throughout the whole day, and at the end of the day, I was with Jericho's ex-girlfriend and our ex-friend.
Who?
Dee Dee.
Oh, Dee Dee.
Yeah.
I thought you meant ex-girlfriend.
No,
You
I said
you mean
ex-girlfriend,
ex-girlfriend, comma, ex-friend.
Like I was with two people.
Okay.
So I was with the ex-girlfriend of Jericho and I was with our ex-friend. Then I was like, should I just tell her, like the ex-girlfriend? Because like I knew the ex-girlfriend, you know what? We love her.
We love her.
We love her. But you know what?
There's
She's crazy. She gives me a little, like she's literally me on steroids. Because you know what? I am a crazy Latina and I do get a little crazy. Mm-hmm. But she embraces it. Mm-hmm. And she'll do it. She'll do the damn thing. So basically I told her. Because I thought it was best because I thought Makayla would get murdered or something.
Yeah. And looking
so
back
I had good
at
intentions. Okay?
No, yeah.
No one knew that.
In the moment, I think everyone was kind of like, why the fuck would someone do that? But then like looking back at it, it was probably the smartest thing to do. Because this bitch started punching shit. She started punching lockers. She started... You know, this kind of leads into me. She started telling people, and one of the people she decided to tell and call was my dear mother. And so I'm in class, and I get a text from my mom that's like, tell me it's not true. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, what Hallmark movie am I in? And then I was like, what are you talking about? I thought she was like referring to like, I don't know, like me being mean to like my sister or something. She was freaking me out because she was like, tell me it's not true. And I was like, what the fuck? And so I asked to go to the bathroom. I go to the bathroom and I call my mom, and she tells me that ex-girlfriend told her that Weinstein Jr. was gonna ask me to prom. And I was like, oh my God, like I had no idea that was gonna happen. And then she was like, well, everyone's like mad and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I don't know why anyone's mad. I don't even know what's happening. And so then I go back to class and I'm like freaking out. And then like, I feel like people are staring at me when I leave class, and I'm like completely over it. I don't even know what to do because all my friends, like no one knows what's happening. And so then I go to my car. I'm about to drive home, but then I was like, I like really need to talk to someone, and I feel like the ex-girlfriend told our choir teacher, and our choir teacher is a blabbermouth. And so I was like, I'm gonna go to him. And so like I prayed to Jesus that I wouldn't run into anyone of like significance on my way to the choir room because that bitch was in the back. And so I was walking there, and of course I'm walking there and I hear like, Makayla. And it's fucking Weinstein Jr. And he's like, I'm so sorry for everything. Like, what's happening? And I'm like, I don't know.
Bitch, you know what? I just started thinking about, like, I really caused the whole scene from Mean Girls.
Yes. No, like, guys, like, I feel like you don't understand how, like, crazy this was. It was like a world war. Like, bitches were like staring, and like people were like on my side, people were on like ex-girlfriend's side, like no. Yeah, like if like no one knew what was like exactly happening. Yeah, I will. I'll believe it. It's funnier if I believe it. But basically, me and YC Jr. we show up to our choir teacher's classroom, and YC Jr. starts throwing chairs out of anger. And
I heard that, bitch.
And the choir teacher was like, well, you guys know, like, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, but I feel like, why are people mad at me? Like, I didn't even know. And then that's when the choir teacher was like, wait, like, he hasn't asked you yet? And I was like, no. I was like, I haven't even seen, like, the post or anything. I didn't even know he was going to ask me. And then he was like, oh, my God, then why is it, like, a big deal? And blah, blah, blah. And then YC Jr. basically just asked me to show up to, like, his house, like, to drive to his house. And so I took one of my friends, and he asked me to prom. And I said yes, but then I texted him no after. And his ex-girlfriend showed up at my house that night. And then the next day, prom was just weird. And then me and Aaron, it wasn't like Daddy P.
Yeah, no. But there was definitely, like, tension.
There was tension, but then we just,
But I feel like we just had to talk about it because we both didn't know, like, the intentions of the people. Like, I thought that Makayla had known about it the whole time and that she planned it. And that she was going to be shady and not tell the ex-girlfriend. And then Makayla didn't know that I wasn't trying to be shady and I was just trying to save her from the ex-girlfriend.
Yes.
So.
And so then, but basically me and Aaron just, like, sat down and talked about it.
Yeah.
And then it was done.
Prom?
No.
During prom, I literally left. Like, I, like, went to go hang out with them.
He hung out with... Yeah. He hung out with...
Who did you
the next story time. I hung out with, like...
That's a story.
Our ex-friends. Like, our friend group.
Well, basically, she stayed with the people who went on the prom bus, but I left.
Yeah.
And I went to go hang out with, like, my senior friends.
But Weinstein Jr. kept trying to come up to our circle and, like, dance with me. And then one of my friends would, like, take me away or, like, dance away with me or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was so cringy.
And you know, Makayla and I were still friends because I saw that happen and me and her literally looked at each other and we, like, made the face like we're, like, cringing.
It was bad. Like, it was bad. But that's our stories.
Purr. Well, basically, if you know us, bitch, you don't know us. Okay. Keep
like,
this on the low.
If you think your name was dropped, it wasn't. Okay, so we're gonna talk about 66 trash next time. Trash.
The trashiest, sluttiest fucking slut that ever stepped foot in 66.
Oh.
Okay, bye, heteros.
Bye, homos.
Ew. Stop.
You didn't even try.
Stop, because it's cringy.